Well, hello there and welcome to issue number 130, and this issue is all about the Leo Rooster. And as you can see on the caption prior to this video are all the dates you have to be in this Western Eastern Zodiac combination. Any questions, anything to do with the dates or this video or anything at all where you want to get involved, just post on here. I'll get back to you as soon as possible, or inbox me. Whatever, I'll get back to you pretty quickly, so there's no fear there, and I really hope you enjoy it. Okay, let's start straight away with the Leo Rooster as a child. Now, what we have to remember, we've got the Leo, which is the lion, which is sometimes when they lack a little bit of confidence, but at the end of the day, they are a lion, so we cannot discount that, any of that. Even if sometimes they don't feel like a lion, sometimes they might feel like a pussycat, but they are inherently a lion, and it will show up. Even in the quietest ones, you will hear the roar, and they will act like a lion at certain points. And also you've got the rooster. Now the rooster, quirky, eccentric, very analytical, and very fussy even. So if we put them two together into the mix, and what person do we come out with? Well, I can assure you that when this child is from a very young age, they adore their parents. Their parents can't do any wrong. They are so easy to bring up. Whatever their parents say is like gold dust, and they just go along with it. They adore their siblings as well. They very much look up to the old ones, and if there's younger ones, they want to look after them. So they really are, in the family environment, in the home. You really couldn't wish for an easier child to bring up, or, as I say, an easier one to get on with their brothers and sisters. They love it. If they're an only child, well, that's just the way it is. It can happen, but they really do benefit from having, as I say, siblings, and it's just fantastic. As I say, they look up to the old ones, or they really smother and want to mother or father the little ones. So what goes wrong? Well, what goes wrong is when they aren't in that environment, they go to school, and then they have to stand up for the underdog. They have to challenge everything. They have to challenge authority. You know, if there was a child in the class and you'd be whispering, you'd be saying, oh, I wonder if somebody did that, someone let a firework off over there and see what would happen. No one would actually do it, but your Leo Rooster would do it, because they say, well, let's try it. And see, that's the thing. The Leo Rooster hasn't the boundaries there, and really don't do particularly well at school because of this, because they have to challenge authority, and they're not easy to teach. Let's just be honest about that. I'm not saying they're not bright, because they can be very bright, but they tend to do their studying a lot better outside of the realms of the schooling. And as I say, they want to challenge, you know, why are you saying this, why are you doing that, and it's a constant battle. It's also like that in the playground, because, okay, they are popular, don't get me wrong, but they're prone to explosions of defending their friends over the silliest things. They can lose their temper, and they want to do battle, and they want to do it to the end. And that's what you've got on your hands here. But when they go home, they're all smiles. Yes, mum. Yes, dad. Oh, how's brother's been? How's sister? Wouldn't do nothing wrong. They'd sit there and they'd behave themselves, and they'd actually help their mum and dads out. They love going to work with their mum or their dad. They love just being involved in that family environment. But it's when they're taken out of it and they're putting in this, it's like they're on a voyage to take society down, very rebellious, defend the underdog, defend their friends, and they're very unpredictable in that sense. So although they're looked upon fondly, not too many people get close to them, because they really don't know what to expect, and you have to expect the unexpected with the Leo Rooster, especially at the early age. So if we're taking them through college, I don't know, they possibly may do, but it's highly unlikely. They want to get out there, they want to be earning some keep, they want to be helping their mum and dads, they want to be putting some money back into their household, and they want to get to that job. They don't mind what they do. They start very much at the bottom. They build something up from nothing. They're excellent at that. They're excellent at building up anything you like, a cleaning business, field work, anything you name it, they will get their hands involved and they say, hey, you know, it's cash. And that's how they look at it. You know, if it elevates them, if it's going to elevate them and give them independence, they're not choosy. They will just do as they are, you know, as they're instructed, and they will work like a dog. You know, they will work so hard, and, you know, they do it with a smile on their face as well. They are very quirky, they are eccentric. So we've got to look at it as we're into the next phase of their life. We're into the later teens, we're into the early 20s. Now, not the luckiest of signs as well. You're going to have to remember with the Leo Rooster, they're going to go through phases. They're going to go through abject rebellion. Then they're going to, you know, trying to get their foothold in society and trying to understand, you know, where their niche is, because they think, you know, they're quite conflicting natured. They analyse everything. They have to get through all these stages, because what you have to remember, Leo Rooster, is when you get into that middle part of your life, maybe the 30s and the 40s, things become more clearer. You're not so willing to go to war. You think a little bit and think, well, hold on a minute, I've been fighting all these battles, and where's it really got me? They're wiser, they step back, they sort of consolidate a bit more. They sort of think, well, hold on a minute, you know, let's leave that to them, let them get on with it, let them find their own way out. Sometimes they waste a lot of emotion on that over-helping in the young days, where they're sort of thinking they're being a bit of a saviour. Some people don't want saving, and they have to remember that, you know, they can't force this protective, rebellious spirit onto some people, because they have to find out their own way, and that's what the Leo Rooster has to remember. There are signs and people out there that really need their own space, and they find their own routine, their own rhythm in life. You cannot preach to the unconverted, shall we say, in that sense. You're not going to save everybody, and you don't have to feel responsible for everybody. So they learn this. The older they get, they mature into this sort of, into a nice age. It's a real nice age for them. Maybe that's the best time for them to meet their partner. I don't know. They can also be, you know, take motherhood and fatherhood very, very serious. So if they've got in a relationship early, you're going to have to put up with so much up and downs and conflict, but they will work damn hard for that family, and they will cherish their children, and they will put everything in. That I have no doubt, but it's going to be quite an unsettling ride. You want to get them a little bit later on, when, you know, they're not so willing to sort of like say, well, who gives a damn, you know, they're willing to sort of, you know, sit back, say, right, they can get on with that, it's their problem, and they do, they tend, and they don't mind being a little bit more selfish and a little bit more, you know, preoccupied with what's good for them. Sometimes they don't always think about that, and they're going to be saying, well, no, hold on a minute, last time I got involved in that, it went horribly wrong, and I was only trying to do my best. Well, don't do it anymore, Leo Rooster. Wait to that age. It's going to pass. These conflicting eras going to pass. You will find your niche. It is there. Don't lose faith. And I would say just plug away. You'll get to that nice little, like a green meadow. It's like you walk into this clarity in your mind, and you think, wow, I'm finally here. It wasn't all about that. It wasn't all about them conflicts. It wasn't all about that rebelliousness. It wasn't about, you know, putting everybody in the family on a pedestal. You know, and that's another thing we've got to get to with the partners. They tend to put their partner on a pedestal. It's like, wow. It's like they put them there. But they're going to fall off. Leo Rooster is very analytical. They're very fussy. Little things that their partner might do can really make them go quiet and sort of think, do I really want this? So you've really got to stick with the Leo Rooster, and the Leo Rooster, calm down on that. You know, everybody isn't perfect. You're all certainly not perfect, so you can't expect anybody else to be. So, you know, let that lovely sense of humour, that eccentricity, is very appealing, and it's great company for your partner. But say, don't expect too much all the time. And let's look at the perfect partners. Well, whether you meet them early doors or whether you meet them when they're in that nice little placid meadow, you know, in the 30s, you're going to have to meet a snake, and snake vice versa with the rooster, because that is a wonderful, wonderful match. Intellectually, the snake is very soothing for the rooster in them early days, and they do truly love the rooster. Yes, and the snake can deal with being put on a pedestal because, hey, you know, they're intelligent, they are zoned in. It's a sexual appetite of the rooster we've got to remember as well, because once they're zoned in on it, they're very demanding, and the snake can deal with that. They're very easygoing, they're very adaptable, and they can have some wonderful times together. So let's just go for, in the snake family, the Aries snake, the Gemini snake, the Sagittarian snake, and also the Aries snake. They are absolutely wonderful. And also the Libran snake. They are wonderful matches. They're the best matches of the snakes. All snakes are good, but they are the best. They're the top ones. And also the oxen, because the oxen, they are in the trenches with you. They've got a strict tempo. They will love the way the rooster works. The oxen is also somebody who the children will look up to as well. So, you know, if they decide to be parents young, they do it very, very responsibly, and they do it with 100% commitment. So, let's look for the oxen of the Aries, the Gemini, the Libra, and the Sagittarius. Wonderful, wonderful matches. That strict tempo. Sometimes those unspoken words between those two, they really have it nailed down, and they will be very, very protective of each other. And it's somebody that the rooster, they're out to protect. It's somebody who gives it back as well. The oxen doesn't mind going to battle with the rooster, but then they might sit back when they're a bit older and say, hey, let the world go crazy. You know, we've done our bit. Let's just enjoy each other. They'll love that privacy and that secrecy that they can generate together. Who we have to avoid are rabbits, and it's for both sides. Normally when the rabbit sees the rooster coming, they run for cover because they know this is a bit hectic. I like my security, the rabbit likes the security. So they probably won't even bump into each other because the rooster is chaos to begin with in those early stages. Very, very, very off-putting for the rabbit, who likes a bit of security to know where they stand and just know what everything's in its place. Plus, they hate conflict. So with the rooster, warring here, there and everywhere, it's not going to go down well. So please keep that in mind and avoid each other. Even when the rooster's into the mellowing stage, still avoid each other because you're very, very, very different mentally and also emotionally. It's too vast a gap. Well, thank you for tuning in to this episode. At one point on the health matter, being a Leo, you still have to watch your heart, so be very, very careful. The rooster, being very energetic anyway, will be pretty good at watching and keeping an eye on that. So they will like their fitness, they will like their little health fads from time to time. So, but just monitor it, because with Leos we have to do that. We have to monitor that for all the Leos out there. Okay, well thank you for tuning in, and please join me for the next one. Thank you.